How is it going today? Lord, let's my name is Dwayne.
My name is Jazz.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have for you the Game Theorists. Game Theory Ash's age finally saw Pokemon.
Okay, before we look at it,
okay,
how old do you think he is? Based on what we saw the last time.
22, 23.
That's your final answer?
Final answer.
I'm gonna lock it in?
I'm 20s, yeah.
No, at age.
20,
don't say 20s.
22.
22, lock it in.
Lock it in. What's your age?
Okay, I'm thinking 37.
Okay. Alright.
Whoever's closer.
Okay, gets a snack. What?
Yes, has to buy like some treats or something.
Okay.
Like some snacks.
Whatever. If you guys have your
like Taco Bell or
oh my god. If you guys have your reaction requests, please follow us on all social medias in the link description below. And don't forget to subscribe. She always tries to get food in here. I don't.
Cause it's very motivating to me. Oh my god, ew, no!
No one wants to do the research. No one really needs to know. No one cares about the answer enough to watch the show. Each time I try, gonna get even more frustrated. Each night I cry, why is this theory so complicated?
I know it took him a long time.
Did you actually have to watch every videos we watch for free? I've been working on this vid.
Everybody's like, where's part 2?
Long, and I'm going stir crazy for this Pokemon theory. Pokemon theory!
Is that
my favorite Pokemon is
had bangs?
No, they was talking about Pikachu's new haircut, and I hope that wasn't it. I didn't get to look at the article.
Oh, that was real?
Yes.
You think?
Pikachu's new haircut.
He got bangs now? Why does Pikachu need bangs?
Fampy, Miss Fampy.
Oh no!
To calculate Ash's true age.
I know what that was.
What is that?
If you watch RuPaul's Drag Race, you know it's
Japanese
like
exclusive
Miss Banji. She got
all the way up to
eliminated.
season 9, the Battle Frontier arc, where Ash travels back to Kanto to rest on
surprised he
his
watches
yannies.
that.
Rest on his laurels as the TV studio stalled for time waiting for the next generation of video games. Near the midway point of that season, we concluded that Ash was 15 and that it was summer. And remember, every time that we pass May 22nd, we celebrate Ash's birthday. So with all that information in mind, let's not waste any more time because we still have 592 episodes
Oh my
of this darn thing to get
lord.
through before we're caught up with the series.
No.
Oh boy, it's gonna be a long episode. So the next time we see the season's change is in episode 431 overall, or episode 157 by the advanced arc, Time Warp Heals All Wounds, which is, without question, the point in this series when all possible craps about the writing were thrown out the window. It is the
Back to the
single
Future.
strangest episode of Pokemon ever created, opening up all sorts of cans of worms that are probably discussed for another day. Don't believe me? Here's what happens in the episode. Ash's travel companion May finds herself a locket on the ground, which, for no explainable reason, teleports her back in time with Meowth and Squirtle.
What?
That alone would make this an unusual episode of Pokemon, but no, they are not done yet. While May is in the past, she changes the course of history by making it snow. So when she teleports forward again, this guy, who used to be dead in the present, is suddenly alive.
Now alive.
And this train station, which was completely abandoned in the present, is now fully operational.
You know what this means? We mess with the space-time continuum and stuff.
The most fantastical part of this series is how Brock doesn't get arrested for sexual harassment. But this just crosses a line. Anyway, all absurdity aside, you can tell it's weird
like,
because
what?
it's close to the anniversary of this day and no one thinks it's odd for it to be snowing.
I didn't hear anything about a snowstorm today. Did you? When is the weatherman ever right?
By episode 182 of the Advanced Series, or episode 454 overall of the
Oh my
entire
God, there's
series,
so
we're
many.
back to summer. We know this because in the episode Channeling the Battle Zone, Ash catches himself an Apom. An Apom that appears prominently with the rest of his team in the 9th Pokemon movie, Pokemon Ranger and the Battle of the Sea.
I didn't see that one. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't see it.
Pokemon Ranger! Hi-ho, Silver!
It appears that nature's protecting arms have gotten quite a bit warmer than our heroes would like.
And because it's summer in the movie, we know that Ash has once again passed his birthday, making him now Sweet 16. From there, we're practically done with the Battle Frontier arc.
6 more
I still
years.
think he's
So with this final
37.
episode, home is where the start is. Even though there isn't snow on the ground, we can tell it's winter based on this shot. A clock
That's a
showing
nice
time
clock.
to be 5:05 p.m. just before dusk. Looking at Japanese solar calendars to track sunrise
They gotta
and
go
sunset
through
times
all
across the
of
year, we
this.
know that
Damn.
this is either happening in
To
October
look-
or February. So
Oh
long
my
story short,
God.
it's about winter as the Advanced Series finally comes to an end and we prepare to head off to
Oh my goodness gracious.
And you know what that means. A brand new arc means a brand new girl for Ash to have totally platonic relationships with. Episode 1
A brand new girl
introduces us to Dawn, who, just like May before her, is a 10-year-old girl ready to start her Pokemon adventure.
Same age, always start off on a bike.
Ash has a type.
One of those people.
Right.
Her 10th birthday has come and gone, and her Pokemon now waits in the wings.
As we established last episode,
They have
Pokemon
to be
Journey
10 years old. I say 10.
They have to be 10 years old to have Pokemon?
This means
Yeah.
that yet again, we're
Like
near
driver's
Ash's
license.
birthday, his 17th birthday. And on that note, can I please make a public service announcement? Dear Tumblr shippers, please remember these ages. Ash is 17, Dawn is 10.
10.
Then
Don't
when we
ship
switch
them.
you out, chances are you
Do
may be
not
dealing with a
ship
problematic
them.
fave. Please adjust your fan art accordingly.
Right.
On a related side note here, the rule of thumb, which
Do
was
not.
the first thing that I learned about in college. Someone just came up and told me this. It was very strange.
PC principal, you PC, bro?
Is it creepy that I'm dating this younger person? You divide your age by 2 and then you add 7. That gives you the minimum age of the person you could be dating without it getting too icky. So Ash, yeah, you're squicking me out, man. And we haven't even gotten to the awkward part of you turning 18 yet. That's when it gets real weird. Figuring out the timeline through the 4 Diamond and Pearl seasons is actually pretty darn simple. We just talked about how we're starting in spring, and by episode 88, camping it up, we're into summer. We're directly told that this is summer school by the narrator.
It's time for Pokemon Summer
So now he's
Academy.
18.
And we can double check using the Japanese title for the episode, Pokemon Summer School Course. The summer school adventures carry on for a few episodes before Ash and the gang head to Snow Point City, and it's here that we get a pretty decent jump in time. Although we were just in summer, only 30 episodes later, we're back into winter. And you can tell this based on episode 116, The Drifting Snow Run, where everyone's caught in a snowstorm. Sure, the town is called Snow Point, but here's the thing. Sinnoh is based on the real-world Hokkaido, the northernmost of Japan's 9 islands.
wow.
And when I say based on, I mean directly ripped off from.
Oh.
Snow Point in game directly relates to the city of Wakanai IRL. But here's the thing. Even though Wakanai is so far north, it only dips below freezing temperatures between December and March. Meaning that
So,
the snowstorm
winter.
that we see Ash and the crew caught in could only be happening during the winter.
Right.
So 126, we're back in school, meaning that we're in the 3rd trimester of the Japanese school year.
So does that
Praise
mean
RCS
May?
Because it's not too long before we're back in summer. How do we know this? Well, we've done this enough times in these 2
Yes.
episodes for you to know the drill at this point. Ash
go
catches
deep.
himself a Pokemon, in this case Monferno, in episode 132, which appears in some other Pokemon-related thing outside of the main timeline. This time, though, I'm not talking about an obscure short made for Japanese exclusive airlines. I'm talking about a movie that raked in more than $50 million in the Japanese box office. Arceus
Whoa.
and the Jewel of Life.
Oh, that was lit.
watched
That
that
was
one.
lit.
It's it. Pocket Monsters,
You did?
Diamond and
I didn't
Pearl,
watch
the
it.
movie.
I didn't know about the
Conquering
Pokemon.
Space
Oh.
Time, the best Pokemon in all of Pokemon games. Something tells me the people at Wikipedia may have missed fact-checking that one. Although the setting for the movie Machina Town is inspired by Greece, specifically the city of Meteora, which is one of
Wow.
the craziest places I've been
This
to,
is
actually. They just have these... Once again, Ash has crossed his birthday. 18 years old!
Oh,
18
yeah.
years old and still
Alright, getting
alone
closer
in a
to
tent with a teenager.
your
Nothing
age.
creepy to see here, ladies and gentlemen. Nothing creepy. After getting his 8th
And they make him look no older.
Nope.
Gap
No.
before the start of the league championship.
The Sinnoh League is taking place in a month on Lily of the Valley Island.
Which basically confirms
Lily
that by
of
the
the
end of the
Valley
arc,
Island.
we're well into autumn. So to recap, 13 seasons and 645 episodes in,
Jesus.
we got ourselves an 18-year-old Ash Ketchum ready to start his black and white adventure.
Wow.
Or do we? Cue the mysterious music.
Oh, the update.
What update?
Come on. Please cue the music.
Oh, when he used to play instrument.
Dramatic mystery, guys.
No, no, no.
See, things started
No,
getting
there was
bit
a- there's
sticky
a thing I saw when
because
he
it
was
around
playing
this point in the
instruments.
series when the Pokemon Company attempted a shift that many fans consider to be a soft reboot of the series. The idea was to keep Ash as the main character of the series, but
Right.
then treat him as an adventurer who was starting off for his very first time.
Wherever you
What?
find yourself, chances are Pokemon will be there too. And that includes the Kanto region's Pallet Town, home to this young man, 10-year-old Ash Ketchum.
Wait,
But all
what?
totally fine. I am
They said
more
he's
than
10
happy to
years
end
old
the episode
again?
here, but there's one huge problem. Ash retains all his memories from his past adventures.
What?
When Dawn
So
rejoins
did he
the
go
team,
back in time?
Long time, Ash. Ash? So you're the Dawn who traveled all over the Sinnoh region with Ash?
But he's 10
Later,
again.
when Dawn specifically mentions that Brock cooked for her and Ash on their journey.
He'd give Brock a run for his money. Who's Brock, Ash?
He's a good friend I was on my journey with for a long
But
time.
you're still
In the wider
10.
Pokemon world, time has clearly continued to pass. For a great example,
That doesn't
look
make
all the way
sense.
back to Johto and the episode A Goldenrod Opportunity, where the Magnet Train specifically needed a year to be completed. And yet, fast forward to the Best Wishes episode Until We Meet Again, where Ash's new friends decide to travel from Kanto to Johto using
then he
that
took the
exact
train.
same train, which shows us that there has indeed been a passage of years here.
You're going to the Blackthorn Gym, right, Iris? From there, you catch the Magnet Train to Johto.
It's almost like they knew an 18-year-old Ash Ketchum was getting awkwardly old to be hanging out with 10-year-old girls. So they decided
So they had to
put him back
reset
a
it.
bit, but not boot him back far enough, I guess. Anyways, since
said,
it's
"Let's
all
reset it,
still
reset
part
it."
of the same canon with the same guy and the same memories, I'm gonna keep treating this character like he's the same Ash. Even if the Black and White series sometimes has him acting more like a rookie trainer than someone who's competed in 4 regional leagues and has saved the world multiple times from overpowered
Oh, yes,
Pokemon
me
gods.
too.
So we plow onward to the actual substance of Black and White, or Best Wishes, as it's sometimes called. As I mentioned earlier, when we left Ash at the end of Diamond and Pearl, it was in the autumn following his 18th birthday. Once we got to the Unova region...
The Unova region?
Excuse me? What region?
The Unova region?
Unova region.
Unova region?
So pronouncing it may not be as easy as we all thought, but telling the seasons is, thank the Groudon, because of the existence of Deerling, a Pokemon that has different appearances depending on the season. At the start of Ash's Unova journey, we see Deerling in its pink color spring form. They then switch to summer form in episodes
It's
54
green.
and 55 of the season. And with the Deerling now in its summer form, it means we've once again passed May 22nd and another birthday for Ash.
getting
So,
So
19.
him 19.
I'm getting really close.
Going
Okay.
by boat. I'm totally psyched.
What a kid.
You girls don't know the half of it. And believe it or not, the Deerlings stay in their summer form for the rest of the Black and White series. Episodes 85, 90, 92, 112, 114, 117, 118, 127, and 137
We have to
all
really
have
scan
summer
all of
form
these
Deerling.
episodes
Towards
to
the end
see
of
that.
Black and White's third season, Adventures in Unova, we get a reminder that the autumn migration is coming, which solidifies the idea that all of these episodes are still happening in the summer.
They're all beginning their migration.
Once again, there's a 2-month gap between Ash obtaining the last required gym badge and actually challenging the league for the region, so the Unova League event must happen sometime during the late summer or early fall of that
Jesus
year.
Christ, he's the research.
Age 19. So progress check, that is 17 seasons done and 799
Lord.
Yo, he
episodes.
lost his
Ladies and
mind.
gentlemen, we are in the final stretch.
That is a
Now,
lot
when
of,
most Black and White
binge
occurred during
watching.
the summer, most of X and Y occurred during the fall. We can figure out when he arrives in Kalos for the XY series by looking at one of the season's earliest episodes, A Jolting Switch.
How do you even find
which
the
takes
time
place in a vineyard as the grapes
to
are ripening.
watch all
As a
of
wine
these?
connoisseur will probably tell you, grapes tend to hit peak ripeness around late summer and early fall, the same time
What?
that Ash was done with his business in Unova. We get another mid-series time confirmation in the 73rd episode of the XY
Sorry, y'all, there's a
series,
fly in here and it
Battle,
just
where the
flew
camera
past
shows
my
us
face.
falling autumn leaves in the sky. And lastly, there's episode 98, Dream a Little Dream from Me, where the characters take a break from their journey to camp outside and observe the Lit Leonids, an annual meteor
Leonids.
shower based
Right.
on
It's
the
lit.
real-life event, the Leonids, named after the constellation Leo. Except in the Pokemon universe, that meteor shower is totally more lit, fam!
Right.
Oh my gosh.
This real-life meteor shower
I saw
comes in
that
November,
in
telling
FNAF.
us yet again that this final part of the XY story arc is still happening during the fall, and it stays that way through to the end of the last episode. And with that, at the end of the XY arc, Ash is 19 and a half, which I gotta admit feels kinda weird. Time was flying for Ash in the earlier seasons, but
Right,
after we
and
saw
now
the
it's
reboot
going
at
so
the top of Black and
slow.
White, each arc has only seemed to take a couple months. It's almost like they realized that they were making him too old for his
Yeah,
own
they
good.
said, no, we
Once
can't
again,
reset it again.
technically, I could end things here. There's a lot of agreement that the most recent arc, Sun and Moon, are the start of a new canon. At least, that's what the staff of the show want you to think. Quote, this is not a continuation of Pokemon X, Y, and Z. It's a completely new Satoshi, Ash, and Pikachu.
It's
Still
so
very
different.
Ew.
Ah.
group of characters with some familiar faces.
Right, Thunder.
and
Right.
Ash seems to recognize.
Let me introduce you.
Ew. I don't like the animation.
They even have a collective flashback to some of the key events from the first season of the show.
Look at their arms.
We did lots of things and had lots of fun.
Although not everything was fun.
So yet again, I call foul. This is still still the same 19-and-a-half-year-old Ash Ketchum. We are following his adventure in these episodes to the absolute bitter end.
Right.
So the question is, when does Sun and Moon start? Well, it's harder to track the seasons in the Alola region because it's based on Hawaii, which is tropical all year round. Likewise, there are some episodes that take place with visible snow, but that's because they take place on a mountain, where it snows year-round due to climate and elevation, not due to seasons.
Right.
Luckily, though, we get a reference point during the first episode of the Sun and Moon arc. There are vendors selling
I did not watch this arc.
I didn't. I stopped after a while. I'm not gonna lie to you.
Yeah. They had so many episodes.
Delicious.
Sounds great.
In that episode, we see lychees being sold, which peak in the summer months between May and September, which means that this
Those are
season
real?
does start during the summer months.
Right.
In other words, Ash would have turned 20 years old, which makes it kind of awkward that he's still
Okay, it's
acting like a
getting close to your
hyperactive kid who
age.
runs off whenever he sees an interesting-looking Pokemon. Hey, don't let the world kill your enthusiasm, Ash Ketchum. No need to be embarrassed about being excited, friend. You do you. And that's where things sit for now. Everything in Alola up to this point has seemed to be happening in the summer months. As for how old Ash is by the end of Sun and Moon, well, that information will have to wait since the current season is still airing. But based on the creators slowing
Based
down
on
time
now.
for Ash in these more recent seasons, I'm gonna say that Alola ends at the end of summer or late fall, which means he'll still be 20 probably by the end of Sun and Moon. So there you have it.
So
After
20.
researching this topic for
2
literal
years off.
days out of
You
my
said
life,
37.
I thought that it was gonna be like a lot of years
We'll ever get.
passing.
Ash is 19 years
So,
and 6
excuse
months old
me.
at the end of the events of the XY series and turns 20 shortly before the events of Sun and Moon.
How come they never celebrate the birthdays? Maybe to keep them young.
I haven't changed, have I?
Sorry, Ash. I think you've changed a lot.
Oh.
You
Yes.
Just watch out for that midlife crisis. It's sooner than you think. But hey, that's just a theory.
Just to get off my tall grass.
Theory. Probably took years off my own life doing it. Hey,
Yes.
if you're in the mood for another
This
Pokemon
one,
episode-
I think that this theory, he probably put the most work in because you have to look at what's around. You gotta look at the Pokemon. You gotta look at what color the Pokemon is, what season they changed that color. You gotta look at what fruit is being produced. You gotta look at all these different things
Bro,
to calculate this boy's age. Oh my god.
He was like really doing some research here. Like, I don't think I could stand it. 700, 800 episodes.
I can't. I could even they changed the. I didn't even know they changed the animation and like
Yeah,
the cartoon
I
style
stopped
for
watching.
Ash.
I stopped
didn't
watching
know,
after
so that's
Ruby.
why I was like, oh, what is that?
Yeah, I stopped watching Pokemon after
It
Ruby.
was less sharp and more round.
Yeah, I'm like, what?
Everybody looked like a everybody looked like Pikachu in the face. Everybody looked like Pikachu.
Right, it's like,
like,
I don't understand. Just give us a new character. They have plenty of characters that
They do, like in the games.
Yeah, the games.
You
they
never
have plenty
plays
of-
Ash.
No, you never play as Ash. You
I
play
mean,
as-
in the newer games.
Right, you
That's what I
could.
mean.
Why can't Ash be like a super mega trainer that you have to fight and then just pick off with another
I don't
person?
know.
I don't know. Maybe they want to keep Ash. I don't know.
Yeah.
Comment below, guys. Tell us what you think.
Don't forget, I was wrong. I owe you.
Hella wrong. So I was closest. So
Don't forget to like,
subscribe
and share.
Just more.
Do.